Now, the other part of risk, though, is that idiosyncratic risk, which is specific to the company. So, with Luigi Mangione deciding that he wants to take out the CEO of United Healthcare, that was partly a systematic issue where it led to scrutiny of all healthcare companies, the entire industry. But then it was also partly idiosyncratic because he specifically went after the CEO of United Healthcare and specifically went after that guy. So that specifically led to a specific drop in the value of the company, which translated to about an 80 to $90 billion economic loss. Right. So ultimately, when you think about investing, you want to, and you're looking at your stocks, you want to be thinking, okay, what just happened? Every time a stock drops, there's a story behind it. There's always a story. They're really fascinating stories. This is a great opportunity to learn about economics. When you own a stock and you see it drop, see if you can find the story behind it, and then you'll say, okay, so I wonder if this is idiosyncratic or systematic. So if I own a company like Mara, you guys have heard me talk about Mara, Mara. It's great in that whole Bitcoin digital space. It's been great in our Prime program as an income driver because the options market for that stock is really good. and, but Mara, so if you see Mara drop, then you can find out, okay, did it drop because Trump said something bad about Bitcoin and the whole Bitcoin crypto space is dropping, so all the Bitcoins are dropping, or all the cryptos? I'm sorry, all the cryptos, right? Or is it something specific to Mara? Mara CEO slipped and fell in the shower. Now he's in the hospital, so people wonder if he's going to be able to continue as the head of the company. Well, then that would be very idiosyncratic, and both of those variables are important. The way to deal with and eliminate the thing about idiosyncratic risk, the last point I want to make on this, is that idiosyncratic risk, according to us nerdy professors, is idiosyncratic risk is wasteful. Idiosyncratic risk is like a germ where you can disinfect that germ on your kitchen counter if you just spray it with some Lysol or something like that. And meaning that when you invest, systematic risk is hard to get rid of because that affects everybody. Like if I live in a city and it's gonna rain, it's hard for me to get away from the rain, right? If I'm outside, I'm gonna get wet, whatever. I can adjust to the rain, but I can't live outside of the rain because I'm in the city and everybody, it's raining for everybody, right? But idiosyncratic risk can be removed through diversification. That's the disinfectant for idiosyncratic risk. And what does that mean? Well, you've known what it means your whole life. I'm not telling you anything new. I'm not going to tell you anything right now that is different from what you've known your whole life. The way to eliminate idiosyncratic risk is diversification, spreading your money out, not putting all your eggs in one basket, not buying one stock and believing that that one stock is going to be the savior of your whole life and your whole portfolio. That is a huge mistake that a lot of people go broke that way. Y'all remember Enron, right? Enron. Remember Enron 20 years ago? Well, Enron, a lot of people lost everything with Enron because they got tricked. They got tricked real bad. And if I had been their finance teacher, I would have said, "Don't fall for that trick now, because that's going to bite you in the butt." Well, the trick was that sometimes a stock can be real sexy and deceptive. Right? You see a stock, it doubles or something in price, and it keeps going up, and you just start falling in love. And you rubbing your hands like Birdman, and you're looking at it like a big juicy piece of chicken or a real pretty, sexy lady. And what you don't realize is that when a stock is doing well like that, what people do is sometimes they'll say, "Oh, well, let me put more money in that stock because it's been going up. Let me get rid of the stock that's been going down, and let me keep buying into the stock that keeps going up." And then what can happen is what happened with Enron is something bad could be going on with that company. With Enron, it was just terrible. They were telling the employees that the stock was great, that everything's wonderful, everything's going to keep going up. And at the same time, the CEOs were in the leadership of the company was selling the stock.